live, whatever, simply live. I don't know what we call this thing anymore. Our Sunday chit chat about all things off grid, cabin, homesteading, organic gardening, simple living, uh, travel, international and world travel, nomadic travel, van living, van life, all that stuff, overlanding, all that stuff, all the stuff I like to do. So, good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Hopefully, the signal stays good. I can't guarantee anything, but that's the way things work in my part of Apache County when I'm using my free government phone because just like many of you, I am still low income. And sometimes I'm at the mercy of the things that my income can afford. So, but welcome, welcome. So, hi, Sonia. How are you this morning? I'm going to attempt, let's see. I had I have the tripod set up basically the way I like it, but it's a little hard to turn down. Oh, that okay. That doesn't work for you guys. I don't think it looks as good. So let's do that. I was trying to make it so I could see it a little, so I could read a little better. My eyes look puffy and a little dark. I will say, on a health note, this touches health and finance for real. This is, I haven't had meat to eat, or I haven't had much meat to eat this month. I do not feel as good. I feel much better on carnivore diet. I am preparing for payday, which for me is on the 3rd. I am preparing my thought patterns for going shopping on or around payday. I don't necessarily do it on payday. But I have been struggling with financially. I needed to go get food boxes. And I don't know that it really paid for me to necessarily. Hi, Donna R. And Jeremy, and welcome, Catherine. Hi, nice to see you. And Iris, and who else is out here? Oh, and Beth. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. And I'm so glad this is working right now. We have to stay plugged into the battery pack because the battery's low. Not impossible low, but it is a little low. And where I have us set up, we're leaving the phone alone for the signal. So, yeah, I've had a lot of the food that I've needed to eat this month has been fruits and vegetables. It did not react to everything. That's nice. But I don't feel as good. So, and I started having the bathroom issues and joint aches and body aches again. So I am preparing mentally and budget wise on paper. This is not that scribble, but it's a list scribble, trying to figure out the cheapest way that I can maneuver carnivore diet with a small amount of refrigeration. So the refrigerator freezer works. The battery pack that's on loan to me, the EcoFlow, does work. Just I'm asking it to do a lot on days without much solar. And so I've ordered an adapter cable so that I can keep that plugged in 24/7 into solar panels. Currently, I can't. And so currently, I have to pick that 30-pound battery up and take it out to the car to charge it and bring it back. And there's a set of portable panels I can open up on the car, but they're not appropriate to mount somewhere. And so, because of that, I'm buying an adapter. Hi, Mary. So that I can leave that Echo Flow plugged in 24/7. That may help that refrigerator freezer to run better for me. But I won't know until it's actually plugged in 24/7. So for right now, if I have a cloudy day, I or if I have two cloudy days, I run the risk of losing all the food that's in there. So I've been considering buying sausage rather than raw meat. I don't know how to say this better. Because sausage can stay good at a lower temperature a longer period of time. In order to maneuver that, I had found that some of the spices in some sausages I'm okay with for now. So, but I checked the price. First off, the only place I can even get it is if I make a trip to Sholo to Walmart. And when I do that, then, um, I'm a little limited on how much I can have. But I'm willing to do those sacrifices to be healthier and more active and to stay good for a longer. So that wasn't very good English. Anyway, but I bought one package of that sausage, I think, on pay around payday last month, and it went up $1 a package in the last couple of weeks. I just checked the website for Walmart. And so I'm like, well, that's not the best value anymore. It's better for me to the cheapest meat I can find. You got to remember, I've been allergic to eggs and other things. So the cheapest meat I'd been able to find was ground turkey. And I've used ground turkey, the festival kind that comes in the 1 pound rolls from Walmart freezer section. I've been using that for years because it's so freaking cheap. And it's right around $2 a pound now. But yeah, I'm a little bit struggling with how do I get it, protect it, keep it safe to eat, as long as all of those things. Hi, Robert and Nancy. So, thinking about those things ahead of time has been like, which thing can I do without so that I can have the better quality, whatever. So I've been considering the fact that I can drink black coffee. So I'm back to drinking black coffee. And the more that I drink black coffee, the more money I can put towards something else, even if it's a small amount of money. So I won't buy any honey and I won't buy, I don't know what, but in order to make sure that I can have what I need. The kittens are starting to climb trees. I'm starting to say I need to call them something besides kittens because they're like teenager cats now. And they play and tease Wendy all the time now, which is wonderful. Yeah, so yes, it was my birthday was yesterday. Yes, I am now 66. Whatever. I don't know. What was it? I think it was Beth that said she found a t-shirt that said, I don't know how to act to my age. I've never been this age before. Yeah, that's how I feel right now. I've never been this age either. I don't know how to do this. So, but yeah, I'm 66. Wow. So, Miss Wendy is scheduled to have her spay operation in a couple days. And so I will be making a trip to Show Low for that. Because of that, my son has offered to help me buy some of my groceries early because payday's Wednesday and her appointments before Wednesday. So he's going to help me do that so I don't have to make a second trip to Show Low so I can save the gas money. I have felt like I keep doing all these sacrifices. So I have felt an awful lot lately. The strain or the struggle or something of the increase in prices everywhere. And so it's a little, I used to love to run to town in the summer. Hi, Sonia B. Especially on, especially on, oh, zing. Uh, that thought's gone. I had enjoyed in the summer going to town about once a week. It was really kind of nice. But I can't really afford to keep doing that. Even with the gas getter cars that I have, I can't justify the cost. So I've been, exploring, looking at, doing the research over my past spending the last couple of months. And I really haven't overspent, but it's been like, yeah, I bought the foot pump for the shower, but what a big, big difference that makes in my life. And I had to buy some materials to do this other thing, and I had to pay Alex to come help with tree work and my driveway and road. And now that's not finished, but it's everything's passable. But Alex now has had to take a break from me and go where people are willing to pay him cash money. And so I won't get much help for a minute. When he can fit something in, I'm sure he'll come back through. But I have to watch that. And I also just had to buy $50 worth of water delivery. All my barrels that I own are full right now. So that's a good thing. Hey, Iris. And, but the goal is to finish getting more gutters on the cabin so that when it does rain, like it has this last week, those barrels fill by themselves. So I don't have to pay for water. The water comes out of the sky. So I'm making progress, but there are days when this feels like it's just so freaking hard or it's just taking so long. And I called a friend this morning because I don't talk to a lot of people during the week right now, but somebody had called me just to check in. And one of the one of the things they said was kind of negative, and yet I know the reality to be different than that person does. And so I was like, yeah, I need a boost of I know this is safe and I've done the right thing. And the person said, and thank you for that person saying that. Thank you so freaking much. All of this is happening in God's time, not in mine. And that's exactly true. Many of us would like some of the things that are happening either with us or with our friends or people we see. And we'd love for that timing to be like, it's all happening right now. Well, for some people, they can throw money at things and it can happen faster, but that doesn't always fix it. I mean, look at what my neighbor went through with his trucks and his water delivery service. Didn't happen for him either. But that kind of waiting and not really. I see a freaking chipmunk. Where are my animals? Oh no. Somebody go get that chipmunk. Kitties, go get the chipmunk. He's over there. Don't let him eat our stuff. Somebody will get him. Oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry, distraction, huh? But yeah, I'm not really treading water. Sometimes it feels like you're treading water, but it's just, I have to wait. I have to wait until the time is right. And when the time is right, sometimes things just fly and work so quick. You guys have experienced that with me, and it's not, it's not, it's not unusual. It's a very human thing that's happening. And so, yeah, deep breath. Here we go again. Okay, so there's a chipmunk in the yard. Somebody will get that chipmunk if he keeps bothering things. That's all right. Um, I have started cutting back on the kittens' food a little bit so they catch a few more things. Wendy loves catching the lizards. I don't know that we have to be careful of that. Where are your animals, right? So let me see. I'm trying to read you guys' messages to at the same time. Yeah, Sonia, you shop once a month. Yep. And what's hard for me personally is that the freezer space is the size of a small cooler. I have the Alpacool C12, and it's a very small space. And so I try to keep that fridge in freezer mode more often. If I will set the setting at like minus something, -2, -4, it'll go quite a ways. Anyways, it'll keep stuff rock frozen, which is a blessing. I can put, if I'm only getting, say, for example, the size of a water bottle. I think I tried this because it's basically the size of a water bottle is the size of one of those rolls of ground turkey from out of Walmart, right? And I can get 9 of those and get 6, 7, 8, and then I have to put a couple things on top. And that's if I remove the ice packs. So currently, I just put ice packs in there too, in case something starts to thaw out, or the solar system shuts itself off or something. So I figured out how to override the Echo Flow shutting itself off because I can't run the app on my phone by just plugging in a very tiny rechargeable fan. It the motor runs all the time. The Echo Flow thinks something is running. It doesn't shut itself off. So that solved that problem. Um, but trying to keep it in that very low temperature when the outside temperature is hot, it pulls more energy. It has to run the motor more often. I can turn that off at night and let it, all that rock solid food will keep it cold overnight. So that'll save me some of the battery, but during the day it has to run more often to keep the temperature so low. That was why I was looking at, well, maybe if I could buy that inexpensive sausage. But you got to remember, I also am kosher by choice and belief. And with my health issues, I can't eat eggs and stuff, which are probably the cheapest way to do carnivore. So I think I talked about this before. I just have been looking at maybe eating more sardines and finding a way to do that. And by doing a little extra research, I think I'm going to bring in a few more spices and things like good quality pickles that shouldn't bother me as much. I love kippers. Sonia, I just saw that. I love kippered herring. Oh my goodness. You know what? My grandmother loved them too. But back when my grandmother was getting them, she could buy them in a regular pack in the grocery store. She had an A&P near her. And you could just buy kippered herring in the grocery store, and it didn't need refrigeration as much. But anyways, that's long gone. That doesn't work like that. So yes, yes, I do. That's Mary. Do I have the fan pointed at the fridge to help with the ventilation? Yes. So so anyway, so I that's why I was thinking about buying the sausage, but of course I got to buy beef sausage. It's not like I can eat bologna or something that's $2 because those things are have pork in them, and so I can't buy that. So anyway, so I'm looking at sardines because I can and kippered herring. Yep. And because then they don't need the refrigeration. And what I ran into this month was I ran out of meat weeks ago. I ate the last can of tuna fish maybe Monday this past week. And so I have not been feeling top notch. So, hi, Rob. Welcome. So, anyway, so with those things being said, I'm maneuvering this very small freezer, trying to figure the best use of my money under the circumstances, sort of like I had to do with my water this month because I ran out of water, I don't know, early in the week, or I didn't run out, but I was close. And it was very low in the tank. So I ordered the water and said, "How can I maneuver this?" And what I decided to do was fill all the tanks because that gives me time to go ahead and get the downspout figured out to the 1 barrel. I can spend some time getting some more barrels if I can afford them to store water in. And what I'm trying to do first is pick up the items that I need for finishing the gutters before the price gets too high. Then those can be installed when I get a chance. And then when I can afford an extra barrel, I'll pick them up a little bit at a time. And then I'll have a place to store that water. So that's the goal for the moment. Like Mary had said, she found out that my son is going to come here at some point and build a cabin here at some point. Um, it may be years down the road. We don't know. His wife wants to come now, but they just found in their area a neighbor that had, or somebody that they know that had an Apache hard sided pop up trailer. And it was really cheap and it needs to be fixed. So it's given them a project that will help them with the move when they come, because they can take their time coming out, and then they have their starter place to live when they get here while they build the cabin. So, but it could be years before they come out. So in the meantime, they have a project. Um, so no, Rob, my water's coming from the the water's coming from the sky. So we have monsoon seasons here in Apache County, Arizona, and we it'll dump thousands of gallons of water in a very short uh, few hours of rain, and a lot of water came down on my property this week. Had my gutters been finished 2 barrels, it would have filled it for free. But since I'm not quite there, I went ahead and paid the $50 to have all the barrels filled for now. And hopefully, by the time the water is getting used up, hopefully by that time, I'll have more ready so that the water will have a place to go. Just, I hope that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yeah, please use uppercase Q's in front of your questions or comments. I do have super chats and super thanks, and I appreciate when people use them. It takes time for that to get to me. I appreciate when you guys want to help me out and can, but I don't ask you for that. I'm limited by Social Security, how much money I can actually earn in a year because of the title, time, and my birthday when I uh, became disabled. And my disability will not switch over to retirement age until January next year. At that time, then I can earn money in a different way. Um, okay, that being said, I like it when you use the 3 uppercase Q's because I can notice on the screen in front of me here somewhere. I don't know where my finger's going to go. Oh, my finger's going to go way up there. I can see down there. um, yeah, yeah, but it's not. I agree, Jeremy, that it's wrong in many, many ways. If I had set up the government rules, that is not what would have happened. But it's where I am and the way mine works. So I'm very careful. Not everybody my age or even the year that I became disabled, not everybody's rules were the same. So yeah. Um, your mileage may differ, isn't that what they say? So it was my birthday yesterday. I don't really celebrate birthdays because the examples in the Bible don't really say much about good experiences around birthdays. So I wasn't raised with that. So I don't do much with it. That's why sometimes I will not say much when it's your birthday, but I might come on and out of respect or care for somebody I know, I might say something like Happy You Day or something like that because I understand it's important to other people. Hi, Clint. How are you today? Welcome. So we're just basically visiting. If you have a particular question or comment that you would like me to speak about, if you would please put 3 uppercase Q's in front of it, then I would be quicker to say much. Um, so I do have PayPal Me, but they're not working with me like they used to. I'm not sure that that's a good link, Beth. Right now, I'd rather use Cash App until I find something else. By the way, news, news, news. I have an Amazon store. I've had an Amazon store for years. I started my Amazon affiliate in 2004 when I first started my channel. And I was living in New York City, and I was starting to travel at that time. And so it was in 2006 that I was first in Costa Rica. Anyway, I just got my first $20 check. Well, not check, but $20 payment from Amazon. Can you believe all these years? If I got $30, it was a big deal. But I just figured out that whoever taught me how to use the Amazon link that I had for my store, they taught me to use the wrong one. And so maybe that's been the change. Okay, Donna K is asking, how many gallons of water can I store in my barrels right now? It is, what did I figure? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, math. I have to do math on paper because I'm not fast. I don't feel like. Um, 365 gallons right now. Some of y'all know that years ago I had or a couple of years ago, I had a 1,500 gallon tank here. But I had trouble with the local hunters target practicing toward my tank. So if I was to get a large tank again, it would not live in the same location it did. I would put it lower and I might half bury it so that it could benefit from less change in temperatures and things of that nature. I have no idea, but anyways. Yes, Jeremy, I see that comment. Like for you, Jeremy, at 47, and the way they're playing with SSI, you're not going to get any. Yeah, I feel very sorry for all of you guys. All right, I'm going to go back a little bit. Yeah, thanks, Beth and Mary. Yeah. Oh, Clint, so nice to have you from Pennsylvania. Clint, I grew up in southern Maine, and we used to go to the Poconos every fall for the Feast of Tabernacles when I was young. Oh, yeah, Beth. I used to get frustrated with that change of rules every time you reach an age milestone. They raise the age limit, or they change the birthday, and my birthday's 2 days before or 2 days after it. Or back when my ex-husband used to work and we had small children, he made $50 too much for us to get, whatever it was. Yeah, it was always, those things are so frustrating. Okay. Yeah, welcome, Rob. Rob, how did you find us, being from Pennsylvania? Okay, so we talked through that food thing. I'm going back. Um, yeah, Clint, I'll speak about that lonely comment you just made. I get lonely myself. I do. Being solo out here where I am, I'm very remote. It's beautiful where I am. That is true. But I'm very alone. And even more so when I choose to sacrifice and not drive to save money or whatever. Right. And so, um, Robert and Nancy, it's Robert and Nancy, right? Yeah, Robert and Nancy, I know you guys sent me something. I remember you saying that. I have not gone to the post office this week. I will go in the next few days. So I will be picking up. I ordered another fitting to go on my IBC tote for the. It actually came in a pack of two, and I'm glad it did. So it's a check valve, I think, is what they call it, or that might not be the right actual term. Anyways, what it does is when I use my foot pump to pump water to the shower head out of my IBC tote, what this brass fitting I got does is I will put that directly on the tank, then put the Y splitter back on that lets me have a hose to the sink and another hose to the shower. Well, I'm probably only going to put the sink off that one. I'm the brass valve I bought didn't cost much, but I think the 2 pack was $11. Anyways, it prevents when you stop using the foot pump, it stops the water from going back into the tank because of the air. Anyway, so it stops it going back in the tank. So what it does is it keeps the hose full of water. So the next time I come to use the shower, I just step on the foot pump and it works. Well, I may have to turn on a faucet spigot. So what I'm going to do with the shower is I'm going to switch the hose from the shower to the little black rain barrel that used to be beside the house. Now the big blue rain barrel is closer to the house, the 55-gallon drum, because so much water comes off that gutter. And when I go shopping, I will buy a downspout, which is around $20, $30, something like that. I am so trying to be careful. If I spend more than if I spend more than $150 on extra stuff in a month, then I struggle to have enough money for food. That's how the last 3 months have been working. So I'll just have to be careful with that. So yeah, so those valves are going to be at the post office right now as well. I'll be able to put one valve on that black barrel, which is a 35-gallon barrel, and then one on the IBC tote, and then I can just switch things around. Part of the reason I want to put the shower on the black smaller barrel is because I've been able to move it over in the sun, and it ought to get kind of warm. Ought to make a nice warm shower even later in the day. So that's what I'm doing. That. Thank you, Clint. So I don't know what else. What else did I say? I forgot what the title of this was. The title of this was Cabin Life. Oh, my birthday. And monsoons. So the monsoon rains have been pretty good. Incredible that cheap fix we did to my back patio is working wonderfully. It's so nice to be able to walk out the back door in the rain and not get soaking wet. Yeah, if the rain's blowing sideways, it's a different thing. I need to get another tarp like the one we used. So back during that time when my son was here, I talked about how I was willing to sacrifice a really nice camping tarp to use on the roof. Well, I did. And I checked, and that tarp was about $28. They don't even have the color that I bought now. So I can't buy one just like it. But I need to get another one that's a similar color because I like things to look nice. And then have that or have it here so that when somebody comes and is willing to help, it's another project we could do is pull another tarp up under the end of the one and let it go further out so that that whole space is more dry than it was. It doesn't make flappy sounds because of how we installed it, and it does keep the rain off. Sure, some puddles a little, but I just take the broom and move it so that it rolls off the end. Um, it's it's really been helpful. So I would say that was a good solution. Not like plastic, which would make horrible sounds and rip up in the um, sun and wind. So the particular tarp I have is a gold. I can't read it from here. The label's up there and I can see it. Gold something. Anyways, but they were right about 20 through $28, something like that. And I had bought a 6x8 gray one, and they don't have that anymore. They have 6x8 camos, they have 6x8 other color. And now the new thing they just came out with was 10x10. Oh, wait, I said the wrong size. I had bought an 8x10 gray. Now they don't even have 8x10 in gray. And their new thing is they have black. I don't want black up there. Um, in a 10x10 size, they only have a few of that 6x8 size. No, 8x10 size. 8x10 size. They only have a few, and they're camo and orange, and I don't want those colors on that roof. So I've been hunting to see if I can find something comparable so that it doesn't look too mismatched. I wished I had had two when my son was here. That would have been even better. But just gonna have, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. And so I keep watching to see if those will come back in gray. But if they don't, I have a couple of ideas saved that are right around that $20-25 price. So I have not put them on my wish list. I'm not begging for people to do things for me. I keep trying to do as much as I can by myself. It is the it's the lot in life that I was given to be where I am doing what I'm doing. And I try so hard to do it as independently as possible. Sure, some of that independence comes from some trauma responses to abuse, but it's not worth talking about. I just keep plugging along. Um, but on that note, and with all that finances and everything else I've been talking about, I'm really looking forward to being able to get groceries. The size refrigerator freezer that I bought is so tiny that it can't keep an entire month's worth of refrigerated food. So I'm going to try adding the sardines and kippered herrings and whatever else. And I'm going to back off anything that is sweet, including honey. And I'm going to order, if I can afford to do it this month, I'm going to order a couple of bags of the carne seca, which would allow me to make my own pemmican or whatever, or just store it. Um, and what else? I don't know what else right now. I'm not going to buy as many sausages as I wanted to because the price went up, but I will buy. I'll buy at least enough meat for a week. I can get by a week, a week plus. If I buy a pound a day, so 6 or 8, and then some sardines and sardines have more, what's the word I want? Have more nutrients. Sardines and oil have more nutrients than things like salmon or canned chicken or whatever like that. So I want to try that. That's what I'm going to do next. I found a deal on Amazon. Of course, 4th of July is going to screw up an Amazon order as far as how quick it gets delivered. So I will put in an Amazon order, but I found canned sardines in olive oil. I think it's Chicken of the Sea brand. 18 cans for like 23 dollars, something like that. I have plans to buy 2 or 3 orders of those so that I can get quite a few in the back. But the plan is if I'm eating a pound of meat and 2 cans of sardines in a day, that's what I'm going to aim for and see how I feel again. Because I and go ahead and do my black coffee. I've been doing black coffee with salt for a little while. So black coffee with salt. I switched back to doing Folgers because it's cheaper. And what else was I going to do? I forgot. But I'll allow myself to have things like mustard that I'm okay with. And I will get some pickles. So I have some flavor because I've been missing flavor when I was doing all carnivore. So that's that. So what else we got to talk about, people? Somebody give me something more to talk about. Ask me a question. How can I help? How can I get out of my head and help you guys with something today? Because I'm tired of trying to finagle my own stuff, and I have how many lists? Well, if you know, okay, so this is a poor. Yeah, I can't show you on here. I can't. I was gonna pull out a list and go. Look, I was okay. So look, I was figuring how much will the parts for a gutter cost me. Then I called my friend Shane, who used to have a roofing company. Shane said there's a cheaper way to do it, and I was like, "Are you sure?" And so hung up from him and took his idea and made a couple of phone calls, way more expensive for me. So I was like, okay, so here we go. This is how much this stuff costs. I can't get all the stuff to do all the gutters. Okay, I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3 sections of 12-foot gutters, each one with their own little downspout thing, and a barrel for each one of those. That's how many I'm gonna need. Well, you can't just buy a 12-foot length of gutter. You have to buy 10-foot pieces and they have to be cut. So okay, so the better way for me to be able to afford to do that in my mind is the first time I go buy them, I buy 3 10-foot lengths and I bring them home. So right there, 10-foot lengths, where did I put it? Oh, I didn't write it down right there. Nope, I didn't write it down right there. But I'm thinking that they were something like $20 a piece or something. So that might be all I can buy 1 month is the 3 pieces of 10 foot. But then I can cut that so that I get, oh no, they're 14 feet. I need 14 feet. My roof is 14. So I need 3 of the 14 foot. So, but I can cut that, then I have 2 sections of the gutter itself. That's not the connector things that put them together. It's not the hanger connectors, which are $3 a piece or something. It's not the thing that's the exit downspout starter downspout thing. That thing's $10 a piece. So you get what I'm saying is I'm having to figure out Okay, what can I do in 1 month and not be so tight that it can't do something? So I might be able to buy 3 lengths of gutter and bring them home. Then those can be cut into 2 sections. Then I have 2 sections of gutter, but I don't have all the stuff to put them together with. But if I start to bring that stuff home before it gets so expensive that I can't afford it, because that's worth the money. So is making sure that I have that extra tarp to put up there is worth the money. So, but I have to sacrifice somewhere to be able to do that. I think you guys get the picture. So, uh, eventually, I will at some point be tearing down or demolishing the garden room because I can't eat enough vegetables for that to be worth it to me right now. And the materials I could use somewhere else. So I won't be working at that yet, but it is a project I can do. First, I'm working more in the shower room. And the next big thing is I have the permit for that batch composting toilet. I was going to use that blue 55-gallon drum barrel for the starter of that. Now I can't do that. I needed it for water, so forget that. So now I'm looking for used plastic barrels that aren't in fabulous shape but aren't cracking. I need 3 of them for that composting toilet system. That's another thing I really need to get done. It would be so much less work for me to not have to go dump toilet buckets, 5-gallon toilet buckets. But I have a safe humanure system away from the house, and it's doing its job well. That's that. Okay, I keep expecting a question to come up or something, but nothing's happening. Okay, can't do that. So, so what do you guys want to talk about more? So, I do things like sacrificing for my health and finances. I'll sacrifice so that I can maneuver enough to make this more comfortable. Now, when some of y'all are able to come visit and camp, close friends of mine that I do invite, um, then that makes it so much nicer for y'all to visit because you can take a longer shower or shower where you're not able to. It will make, right now I'm washing clothes by hand, but I have planned a space inside the shower house for one of those little two tub uh, Central American washing machines. I have one brand that I like particularly that runs off of less than 240 watts, I think, is what it runs for 15 minutes. And so that particular one, I have made space for. I can't afford it yet. It's $85. I don't remember if it's $85 and a delivery fee or if it's free shipping, but that I have plans for that to be in the shower house when the shower house is at more completed. But all of those processes, everything's getting easier all the time. The cats, kittens have a nice place for their beds in there. I come out in the morning, or if I have to use the bathroom in the middle of the night, I'm using the shower house with a 5-gallon bucket still. And I go out and they're in their little cardboard box bed thing that's in. They have milk crates, big milk crates, and I put cardboard boxes in them to make them warm in a blankie. And so they're cuddled up in there, and I'll lay it all. That's good. They know where home is. They're doing well. Um, So that's where I'm at right now. I did dehydrate onions and squash. I just can't keep eating that squash. It tasted good initially, but wow, my bathroom habits changed so much I can't do that. Onions? Am I okay with onions again? I think so. I'm not eating them every single day. Let me tell you that. I've been being very careful with them. But wow, this theory that the results from my recent allergy test says I'm not allergic to anything. I'm like, how? How? I've been allergic to stuff for years and years and years and years. And so if it's true, what I'm doing is healing it. If it's true, I'm scared to try it, so I'm not sure I'm ready to try it yet. But because wow, if I could be not allergic to eggs, so I could eat cheaper eggs. But so far, I'm too scared of eggs. So come on, I had chickens this winter, and I they're gone because yeah, it's too much. So I need something to talk about. People, anybody got a subject? You guys are still here, right? Yeah, it says we're still live. Um, oh, I see where somebody tried to call me. That might have glitched for a minute, but um, let's see. So what else is going on? Um, I want to get some more bird food for the wild birds because I like keeping them around. Um, but the expense right now I might have to be careful of that. Um, what else? The white tracker. Yes, it was a year ago yesterday that my engine blew. It was. Wow. What a year. So you know that I lived in the back of the broken down tracker for about 6 months in Nevada at the back of the shop where I was taken with that vehicle until we could figure out a way for me to get back here to this cabin. And then what I've been concentrating on is making the basic systems at the cabin work well so that it's more comfortable and less difficult, less hard survival mode at the cabin. So, for example, this winter, there were times when I had to melt snow to have water. And now that won't have to happen another winter. So, I am making progress. I got Wendy. Wendy is she's about 6 months old now. So, oh no, I take that back. She's about a year. She might be a year and a half now. Anyway, so um, so I didn't have Wendy. I got the kittens, cats. Well, they're growing up because I have trouble with the rodents, and I have a lot of chipmunks and uh, pack rats, rabbits, everything. Lots of them. Lots of animals here. So the dog and the cat working together to keep this place safe-ish is really helpful. So I chose to do that. Like I said, I've been sitting still rather than traveling. So I'm not presenting at the Overland Expos or teaching classes like I was. I miss that. I miss my travel friends, my Overlander friends. Um, I look forward to being able to do some of that again. I don't know when that will happen. Um, I heard news that, oh, one of my friends from Overland Expo, CB Overland, they were going to come. I think they're in Illinois right now. I don't know if I have that state right. But they went on a little bit of a trip and they have an old, I think it's a CJ Jeep, regular, and the transmission went. So they're stationary, working toward getting the transmission fixed. They were going to come visit. They will come visit when they get around to it. Stringless Theory also owns a overland kitchen company. They came up from Baja for Overland Expo at Pacific Northwest. And their mother, who they've been trying to get me and their mother together, their mother came out to visit at the expo. When they leave the expo, their plan is to come back through and visit with me. So that'll be really nice to see them. And hopefully, the combination of these two groups of people, the combination of them, they might even have some new ideas for me of what to do with the tracker as we get it repaired. The tracker will get repaired. It is basically at home. It's at Stan's shop down in St. John's. In God's time, when the finances, well, when the time is right that he can start to look at it, and finances are right too, then we'll get that running again. I loved driving that little vehicle. I love having that. So it'll be good when we get that pulled together. Okay. I don't know why I'm not seeing anything from you guys. So, okay. Um, like I said, I saw that somebody tried to. I don't think there's any way that I can refresh this. Oh, you know what? I might have forgotten. Nope. What is this? Oh, they updated my software again. There we go. My bad. I couldn't see. Oh, all of that. It was okay. So they changed a function when they updated the software, and I hadn't clicked on it. So I wasn't seeing all you guys' messages. Oh, no. Um, so Jeremy, that PVC pipe thing, we made them use them in Costa Rica all the time. And so I've made lots of them. I just can't hold a pipe by myself. And I'm a little scared of cutting that notch. Probably not if it's clamped or held or something. So so now I got to go back and see all these messages I missed because I had not clicked a new button. So I don't know how far back I got to go. Oh, SSI, we talked about that. Okay. Okay, so you guys have been talking in the background. That's Hey G, I didn't see that you came in. I saw you tried to call me, but if I'm on my live, your phone call will turn my signal off. And I got lucky, so it didn't get turned off. So so Jeremy, I don't use regular tarps. I'm very picky about using ultralight, usually sil nylon or polyester that have ripstop threads in them. I would rather pay for a better camping tarp to use than I would a plastic old heavy one. Now, I used to have a really nice boat tarp that I bought off Amazon and got a deal on it. But I recently gave that away. It had developed a hole in the corner and it was too big and I wasn't using it. So, oops, you weren't here in that moment. Okay. you are going to reach out to cooler vendors to ask to review them. I am at some point. I'm not ready yet. Um, I want to make sure that I can keep this one running 24/7 before I try to get something larger. It would be nice to have a larger something here at the cabin because the one I have is more appropriate for the actual car. So, or rig. Cool, Donna K. About your sardines over tuna thing. I do not like tuna. Jackrabbit meat. um, what is the jackrabbit meat? Like as in hunt and shoot the jackrabbits out here? Yeah. Um, they're those PVC pipe things you're talking about, Jeremy. That thing works fantastically. And it you just cut the groove in the length of the pipe. It's tight enough that it grips the roofing. So it's not coming off. It's not, you're not attaching it somehow. It just grips it. It works. Okay, I'm going to go back up and see those questions. Okay, sorry. Oh, my hair. My hair sometimes annoying me, especially at night. Yes, it's a 12-volt washer, Mary. Um, it is the Zen. I think it's in my store. It's the Zen washer. It's blue and you can see through the tubs. And it runs 12 volt on that much. Onion stir fry. Yes, Mary, adding fiber back into your diet has to go slow. That is true. I just didn't have much food here. So, like, it was like all I had to eat was, whatever. And I was like, well, I'll do without. I'd rather not eat than have that experience, right? Or whatever. And then I was like, okay, I'm tired of being hungry. I'm tired of whatever. But yeah. Yeah, so somehow I had missed some. Carrie, how are you? Was the day before. Unfortunately, he passed away the day before. Carrie from Australia. Oh, I'm so sorry your dad passed. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey, guys, add her to your prayers. Okay? Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. I hit those questions? Evidently, I now have to check a setting. Oh, why they keep changing this stuff around. That's because somebody needs a job. And so they give them a job and they come up with some new idea. Thanks for nothing. So all that time, I didn't see your messages because it was filtering them. I forgot what the word was. What was the word? Wait a minute, let me see. Now you have a chat filter that says it was set on top messages, not all messages. Oh. that sucks. The old way was a little easier. Okay. Yeah, and you know me, I'm trying not to touch buttons, right, Beth? Um, okay, so I think I got kind of the gist of what I missed and what was going on. Wow. Um, what else? I don't know what to talk about right now. Well, now mine says chat filters, and it will make it no messages at all, only super chats, super thanks, and only if somebody gives me money. What was the other one? All messages, which is what I want, or top messages. I'm like, wow, okay. I mean, yeah, if we had, hundreds of, or thousands of people out here and the messages are scrolling faster, then you could do it. Well, you put on only the super chats and thanks. Then if somebody gives you a donation, you answer the question. I get it. Mhm. So, you know what else I've got to do this week is I either have to pay the $20. See, there's another place where $20 is going. I either have to pay the $20 to my current phone service, or I've got to order the new phone service. And I'm really trying to think that through. When is the best time for me to start the new phone service? Because I think what I'm going to have to do, as much as I like those other services I told you all about before, I think I'm going to have to go with Visible. I didn't want to because I didn't want to only be with Verizon. But I think cost wise, I'm going to have to go with Visible first. I need a different phone so that I can keep the one I've got. So I'm going to have to buy a phone with them or get the cheapest phone I can get or something with them. But it would be nice if it was an upgrade. But if I need to time this right so I'm not too tight with my money. So I'm thinking this out loud with you right now. I think what I'm probably going to do is pay the $20 to my current provider for this month because I need to do a little more research on Visible. But I know that if I start a Visible plan thread thing, then other people can come in under me and we can keep my costs down to rate about $35, something like that a month. Or but the new deal is with them is you can pay annually like $140 for the whole year. Well, that like is a good idea. But for me to be able to take the money one month and do that, sometimes that's hard. So it would mean I might have to be really tight a month to do that. And then if I got to get a phone on top of it, it's like so it might be $200. That would be a really tight month. So I'm I'm thinking that the best thing for me to do is pay the extra $20 to the current people and get ready, set up my plan for going with Visible next. It's hard when you have a very low income and you're off grid, and it's hard when you don't have somebody to think out loud with, and you never get a hug unless you go to town and you go find somebody to give a hug to. Okay, that's why I got the dog who's running around outside with the cats. Well, one of the cats is here outside this window, sleeping in a chair. But I saw Wendy was running around digging up the bones she buried before. So there you go. There you go, Iris. That happens sometimes. Yeah, Jeremy, will visible work here? Yes, because it's Verizon, and 7 miles that way is Verizon Tower. If you stand on the ridge, you can see it. Um, but that will take me out from under the free phone thing, but it's still a cost. So all of those things are going to be 423 a month, Beth. How do you even function? And yet, I remember being there myself. I mean, when I started on disability in 2004, I was getting $450 a month because I'd been out of work for 2 years. And so, yeah, wow, it's a challenge getting through things. So, I've even been so whatever. I haven't even been the little radios right here hanging on the wall. The little radio. I haven't even been listening to the radio. I haven't played a podcast all week. I've been like, oh my good lord, how do I get through this? And then one day my son was in a text happy mood, and so he was texting a lot. And then his wife was texting one day because she was like, I think he ought to buy this camper. I want to come now. And I'm like, well, if you had a place up here now, you could come. I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but yeah. Oh, Beth, yes, yes, yes. Oh, hugs and prayers for low income people these days. And why? What I don't understand. There's a lot more people who are low income and maybe even have as much as I'm blessed to have, right? Or might have less. But they they choose to like smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol or go do drugs. I don't understand. I would sacrifice for other stuff way before I would do that stuff because to me it doesn't even. I don't even know. That doesn't make sense to me. So um, um, yes, Mary. Last week was rough for you too. Something in the air. I think it was in the air. Yeah. Jeremy saying my family and I are on a large Verizon plan and we pay like 250 a month for 4 lines and then the added expense of the starting at 120 a month. Wow. So Visible is a Verizon company, but like Track Phone used to be, okay, it's not Track Phone, but like it was it was Verizon. So Visible is Verizon, but they have a thing. You start at 20 or $25 is how much it costs you to start the plan, unless you need to buy a phone, right? If you can bring your phone over, it can be like next to nothing. And then it's 35 to $45 a month. You get your phone line and your phone works as a hotspot. and it's not limited, it's unlimited everything. And so you can stream all you want. And because each phone line is also a hotspot, you can hotspot other things off it. So, like you have a computer, you can use your computer off your phone hotspot. So, if I set up a group thing, right, it can bring the cost down from $45 to it's either 25 or $35 a month. Unlimited everything, not throttled, and they don't block you from using VPNs. And that's part of why I'm thinking, about getting back onto that. So, um, that is the direction I'm going, anyways. Yes, Beth. I I agree. Uh, I went to, so I'm not going to talk about Howa for a minute because I have said plenty about them. But I went to Habitat for Humanity back when I had my kids, and Habitat said, "You don't make enough money for us to help you." I was like, I thought you were supposed to be helping homeless families. You had to make 30 something $1,000 a year for Habitat for Humanity to help you build a house. I was like, yeah, it doesn't work. That doesn't work. I hear you, Beth. And Beth, I bet you even traveled a long way trying to get that, right? Hi, G, I see that you came and went. That's how I feel too, Beth, that God's got my back or I wouldn't be where I am either. And I would not have built this cabin if it wasn't for what happened that year. And so God must have a plan for this. So here we are. Okay, Mary, have a good day. Oh, you're clearing culverts. Hang in there, girl. That's a lot of work, too. Yeah. Mhm. Missed all the good stuff, did you, G? It's all good. Okay, I think I'm getting. I need to go open some windows. I closed them because of the rain in the afternoon yesterday. What's the temperature say? 79. That's why. It's starting to get hot in here. I'm going to open some windows. Do we have more that you want me to talk about? Um, Gee, if you're right there, thank you for the birthday money gift. That was lovely. I have the connector saved in my Amazon for when I get ready to do that order closer to payday. Um, and because I didn't do anything at all yesterday, birthday wise or anything else. In fact, I ate walnuts and raisins and had black coffee yesterday. I think that I'm going to rob Peter to pay Paul. I think that this afternoon, while it's warm, I think I'm going to take Wendy in the car, and I think I'm going to take us up to. Oh, I shouldn't probably say this online. I've already said it. But I think I'm going to go up to Sanders and buy some pre-roasted chicken or something, because I have eaten nothing but squash and walnuts and raisins for a week. And I'm okay, but I know I could be better. That's probably what some of this is. I probably could be better. And I do think that I'm having some oxalate dumping pain. I think that's what the joint. I sometimes I've been like, my back hurts, but it's not my back. It's I said this before. I remember doing the same thing, but it's like maybe it's my hip joint, maybe it's just under the skin, but it's in that lower back area. And this morning it wasn't there; it was higher up. I was like, that's kind of weird. And I've had some like go to move my wrist and it will do weird things. And I'm like, I bet it's oxalate dumping and that I'm getting so much healthier, eating better. Well, I mean, I was already eating pretty good, but the carnivore is doing something. I just needed to like back off financially and otherwise. And so I'm trying to maneuver a way that I can stay closer to carnivore. And so I'm not going to be quite as strict as I was that first year with it. But oh, Jer, why? What's going on in town, Jer? Do we need to do that separate? But anyways, so I was thinking maybe I'd go somewhere and spend a few couple of dollars on having something different to eat and just get out of the house for a minute. Because sometimes it's like that, you know. Anyways, I forgot. I was starting to say something, then I saw something on here. So, bye, Mary. You have a good day. Go put your boots on. Uh, yeah, they don't like hearing God bless. Oh, they don't like hearing God bless. But if I'm in camp and I say, well, it's Sabbath for me, so let's do a Sabbath meal, or it's a holy day, so I'm going to do a thing. They're all about give it to us, give it to us, give it to us. I spent $250 on a dinner for everybody the year that they gave me the van. And it was because it was the holy day I was keeping, not because they, yeah, yeah, whatever. Let me stop. Bad week. I got a sticker on my car for parking too late. Oh no, in the Apple parking lot when you were trying to get your phone fixed. I got a flat tire. Oh no, on your trailer. I climbed up a hill and broke your AC fan. No, oh no, gee, we will talk. In the motor of your RV, and then you smoked your brakes coming down the hill, so I need a new brake cylinder. Oh my good Lord. Okay, pray for G. Oh, good Lord, G. Okay. Clint wants to come to the cabin, huh? Use that immediate money to get food for your trip on town. Okay. You want to meet up with me in town in an hour or two? I could. Here's a good one. I qualified for a $12,000 grant for a seasonal high tunnel. Yeah, because I couldn't afford to buy one. As soon as I bought and installed one and landscaped around it, then I couldn't get the money. I'm telling you, that's, oh, that happens so much. That's why I just, ah, ah, oh, I hate that. Who's this? Is it Shine? I can't see it good. Shine with heart. I have followed you for a long time. You're looking so good. So proud of you. Love you. Thank you so much. Got to do grocery shop yourself. Oh, okay, Jer. I could meet you. Yeah. Prayers for Wendy's surgery to go well and your finances stretch further. There's coming on. Thanks. You know, whatever. Whatever's the right thing, right? Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, G. That's so, so, so hard. So, Jer, as soon as I'm done, I'll call you or something real quick because all I got to do is put Wendy in the car, basically. Um, but all of this stuff, all in God's time, and we don't know what it is half the time. I'm all made you hungry for chicken. And that's what I'm thinking is I'm going to try to make the sardines more of my protein diet. If I can get used to it, well, I will get used to it. I can make myself get used to things. But then I don't have to rely on the freezer as much. Then it can relax me for having some things that I can eat. But I don't know. I wasn't doing much fish in the past, but I had to get to where it was like, okay, well, let me see if I can handle this. Let's see if I do well with it. Tuna fish, I can get away with it if I have to. Hey, look, if it's free, I'll eat the tuna fish, okay? But I'm not going to buy it because the bigger fish have more metals. And I took a long time trying to make sure I didn't have any more metal in my system. So, I worked at that. So, yeah, 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 yeah. So, so all right. Maybe I will go down and meet up with Jeremy for whatever I'm doing instead of going the other way. That would be nice. See somebody I know. So, I let myself have salsa recently. Oh, gee, it's at 100%. Is it dolphin safe? Is what dolphin safe? Are you being silly? Um, uh, gee, the battery's at 100%. It has been for a couple of days. It has been turned off for how many days? Three, four? No, since Monday. No food to put in it, so I turned it off. Everything's okay. See you later, G. Love you. Oh, the tuna. Yeah, yeah. Is it dolphin safe? Yeah, it's dolphin safe, but you know, the heavy metals that get in the ocean get in the bigger fish than it does in the little ones. And I don't know why the whites of my eyes get red like that off and on. It's probably the phone. It's probably the phone. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm done. Let's have a great week. Oh my gosh, G, I will call and talk to G because he probably needs to vent really big. And I can't, I don't know how to help him. Wow. But wow. I've been trying to encourage G, no offense to anybody. And if he hears this, no offense. But I've been trying to encourage him to downsize some because he's having some health issues. And because of the health issues, now he's got to run a CPAP and an air machine. And he has to stay in Reno now. And he can't keep managing that big RV and the trailer he's hauling behind it, is how I feel. Um, and he's struggling to do all that. So, all right. Well, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. Pray for each other, but especially for Beth, who's on such a tiny income, and for G, who is now on disability, but I can't remember if he's on SSI or SSDI. I forgot which one, and is struggling to figure out how to do this. Whatever God wants in God's time is what happens, whether we like it or not. But we can encourage that God remembers that we're human and we're struggling. And so I pray for y'all during the week. It reminds me to get out of my own head with my own stuff. So y'all have a wonderful week. Take care of each other. And Donna K, okay, prayers for your health, okay? Donna K, do you need to email me or text me separate and let me know what's going on? You can do that. Um, and prayers for Jeremy's boat. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about 4th of July. Yeah, be safe with that and protect your pets. Wendy is chipped and it's registered. But we're probably not going to be anywhere near 4th of July, except we can go out on my ridge and watch all the fireworks in the area. So, okay, wonderful. All right. And Catherine, I hope you're doing okay. I haven't talked to you this week. I thought about you a couple of times. I just didn't feel good enough to call somebody. I was like, what am I gonna say? Because I got all my own stuff in my head. So, all right, y'all take care, and we will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Oops, wrong button. You got to do that.